I gathered all of you this evening to share some thoughts. I am no longer allowed to air my opinion about politics. I'm not allowed to do that. All the powers of God that follows me and the powers of my native people do not allow me to do that. The reason is because of the business that I also do. Um, it has become fundamental that I don't get involved in politics because I need everyone to buy my goods. So people should never know my political opinion any longer. But there are certain things that I want you to learn from the two candidates that we have, uh, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Let's start with Kamala. None of us knows much about the secret lives of both candidates. We don't know. All we know is what we see in social media, what we see in newspapers, what we see in televisions. That's all we know, or what we see playing out in the court. But if you look at the records of Kamala Harris, you see that she has been a good public servant. She's been a protector of of um, of the rich, the poor, the middle class. She's also a lawyer, a prosecutor, a senator, a vice president, and now she is campaigning to become the next president of the United States. What you should know is that she loves the United States. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation, social affiliation, or religious affiliation is. That's who she is. She doesn't limit freedom. Freedom should be given, freedom should be freedom. That's who she is. Women should be given, women have the right, they have the right to do whatever they want to do with themselves. To go to school, earn good salary like men, decide whether they want to give birth to children or not. It's as simple as that. Women should never be forced to have children. And nobody should beat up women. For any reason, nobody should beat women or kill women simply because they are women. So when it comes to the issue of freedom, it is freedom for her. She can stand on her own. You see, what people do not understand, as a vice president, you are under the authority of the president. She's under Joe Biden. Even though she has her own opinion about issues, the opinion of the president overrides hers. It is the president that chooses you to be his vice president. Therefore, you cannot go out to the public to tell the public about your opinion, even if you have a better opinion or seemingly what looks like a better opinion, a better way of doing things than your boss. You are under your boss. Your boss can fire you at any time. So when people accuse her that she was under the Biden administration and that she's changing, it's simply, you just have to know that those people are saying what they are saying for political gains and profit. And I have said it over and over. The Holy Spirit has taught me that politics is a game of pigs. It's a game of pigs. The same thing with religion. Politics is a game of pigs. Religion is a game of pigs. I don't know whether Vivian can find that power tip that I gave to her pertaining to that. If Vivian is on this, if you find it, you stop me and you read it to us. Let the world hear you, okay? When you find it, you read it to me. So people, please listen. Do not be carried away by social issues, by political issues, by religious issues. Don't think that you found the biggest truth in the world, and so you can go and hurt and bring pain and brutality and violence to other people because you think that your position is the best in the world. That's not how our universe operates. Our universe doesn't operate like that. Don't be convinced about one thing and use the position of your conviction to try to bring pain to other people. It's not fair. So this is who Kamala Harris is. She is not a violent person. She is not. She's never have been, and she will never be. She protects what the founding fathers put in place. She protects the Constitution. She works with our European allies and with our allies in the Middle East, in Asia, in Africa, in the Caribbean, in the Oceania, in Saudi Arabia, in the United Arab Emirates. She is willing to work with them. In fact, let me put it this way. Kamala Harris is a world citizen. She's a citizen of the world. That's who she is. Leave her education out of this. She's highly educated. She's highly educated and she's very humble. I knew it because the 4 years that she has worked with Joe Biden, she's never quarreled with the president. Except the president asks her to do this, she will never do it. So don't fight her based on the fact that, oh, she was in the Biden administration and she did not tell us this is the way that she felt about things. Why will you do that when you know that if you are what do we call them? If you are, what do we call those that are vice governors? What is the name for them? Deputy governor. If you're a deputy governor, you are working under the order of the governor. The governor chooses you. If you're a vice president, the president chooses you to be a helper to him. You don't really have a say. If you have a say, you do it in private with that governor or you do it in private with that president, but you don't air it in the public. That's why I like Victoria as my personal assistant. You can never hear Victoria's opinion. Anything you hear Vicky saying is my opinion. Mary can come out and say whatever Mary likes. That's what it is. Until I will train her to go my route. I've not yet trained her. That's why she doesn't know. When I reach the place that I will stop her, I will just stop her. She will only air my opinion. Why do I allow Mary to operate the way she operates? Because she comes from the background of evangelization. And that works for me. So what she's doing has been working for me. It has worked for her mission. But it will reach a place that if I want her to be in administration, she will cease doing all that. Somebody else will take her place. And her opinion will be strictly my opinion. And the opinion of the executive of our mission. Or of our business. That's just what it is. have already trained Vivian. Vivian doesn't have her personal opinion. She doesn't have it. If you see Vivian speaking, she's speaking my opinion. Only. In anything. If she doesn't know it, she will tell you guys, I am going to ask the Archbishop. The Most Reverend will give me an answer, and I will come and tell you guys. So that's already done. That's the way it is with Kamala and Joe Biden. I'm breaking it up for you guys to know who she is. She has been a great what is it in the state of California. Samantha, help me out here. She's been in the judiciary, you know. She's
Attorney General.
Attorney General. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
The state prosecutor.
Okay. She has been a prosecutor in my own state. Yeah, we are the biggest state. We are the second richest state. And we are the third biggest economy in the world. We are the people of California. I'm from California. I'm a resident of California. I want you to be aware of this, even though I live in Kansas. I'm also a resident here. She has treated us good. I do not want to use the word she challenged the bank. She exposed what was happening with the bank, how the bank were cheating people. And she made the bank to pay back what they've stolen. So you can say that she's a protector of the right of people. So coming to being a president will be an honor for us as a country to have such a woman, such a lady, such a woman of decency. I use the word decency. That's the word. Such a woman that is sensitive. Sensitivity and decency are the two words that describe her. And yet, she knows when to pull her personality to the front and when not to. I have never seen that woman ever hurt anybody with her words or with her action. She's always talking about her policies. Now let's turn to Donald Trump. Let me also share this. 90% of the countries of the world supports Kamala Harris. 90% of every nation of the earth supports her. They want her. They wishes that she be the president of the United States. I just want you to know. From my talking to people in different countries, this is what they are looking forward to. Next, let's pick Donald Trump. Trump is a businessman. He inherited business skills from his family. That's number one. Trump is more of a salesman than a leader. He's more of a salesman. He's not a leader, but a salesman. Salesman of leadership and salesman of business and salesman of whatever will profit him. But here is where his genius and his smartness comes into existence. He has spent all of his years on earth studying how the American system of government and the Russian system of government and the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, he has spent time, those places I've mentioned. He has spent time, including North Korea and China, he has spent time to study their way of life, their government, and how to manipulate it, operate with them, work with them, either openly or secretly. He has learned the way they do business, both product and services, and both leadership. He has learned it. He has spent time to learn how the Democrats in America, how they think and how they operate, their weakness and their strength. He has also spent time to learn how the Republicans operate, how they think, how their system function. He has never been a Republican until he decided finally that he has studied enough. He has people in different places enough. He knows how to make promises and deliver, and also how to make promises and not deliver. He's more emotional, not fact-checking. He's not sensitive, except sensitive to what profits him. He will give it detail. He will give detail to whatever will profit him or whatever will profit those group he chooses to roll with. That's what it is. He favors the business class, like myself. He favors me. He favors me in terms of business. So in terms of violence, he's a violent man. Let's look at it. His action and rhetoric shows he's a violent person. He's an angry person. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because when you are afraid of failure, you will choose, and you will choose any group, anybody, anything to help yourself. That's just what it is. It is not strictly speaking that he is naturally violent. But when it comes to the world out there, he sees human beings from the point of what he can profit from them. And that has to do with somebody who has a strong spirit of personal survival. That's who he is. So you might see his violence, what we think might be his violence, is a way to survive. What he says is offensive many a times. And it is to portray a giant, whereas he's not. It is to portray a giant, and he's not a giant. It is to portray a hero, a champion, which to some extent he's a hero, he's a champion in some things, not in everything. Most of what he put out in the public, he's actually looking for somebody to do it for him. So his rhetoric is towards the weak, the poor, and the cheap. Where his rhetoric works is behind the scene. It works for the business class. That is his class. If he's able, Trump will destroy the banking system, the Internal Revenue Service, the military, the United Postal Services, the mass media. If he's able, he'll break them apart so that he can lead the way he wants it, unchallenged. Trump wanna rule everybody, but doesn't like anybody ruling over him. He wanna, let me use the word, not rulership here. He want to lead everybody, whether he knows what he's doing or not. Just follow him. Wherever he leads you, that's you. He favors those who are high school dropout, or those who finish high school and they learn a trade. He doesn't like people who ask questions. That's his kind of leadership style. Follow. Whether what he's doing is working or not, just follow. He, Trump, will learn along the way and make corrections if need be. If it will not profit him, well, it will remain the same. So I'm simply letting all of you know who he is. That's just the way it is. It's all about transactions. He's transactional in nature. That's all I'm trying to say. Being in rulership and leadership position, I've come across people like him since I was born. People who take serious an office of leadership or an office of rulership. The person in charge who give the order is very important on earth. Trump takes the position of being a president very serious. Far more serious than Kamala Harris. For Trump, it is a do or die affair because Trump knows the power of the person that is in charge. Being in charge is not a small thing for Trump or for the Republican Party as a whole. The person that is in charge is very, very important. Of any business or any institution, the person in charge is the most important thing. And that is where Trump is coming from. That is where people like Putin is coming from. People like the House of Sword is coming from. That's Saudi Arabia. That's where all these people in the United Arab Emirates who are in charge of their nation's wealth and enjoys it and decide who should benefit. That is how they think. It's not democracy. Trump doesn't believe in democracy. He does not. He only uses it to exercise leadership, to be in charge. Being in charge is the alpha and omega, whether he fits that office or not. Just being in charge, just being the one to sign the paper, just sign the bill, sign the things, approve the money. That's all it is. Influence the Senate and the House of Representatives. Influence the states. Influence the judiciary. Whatever it is, the person at the top can influence things. And he knows it. And he loves it. He knows how to use leadership to get what he wants. It's not that he does not care for the American people. He cared for that aspect of America that will follow him or that follows him. Don't get me wrong that there are no graduates and professors and top business class that follows him. Yes, they do, because it works for them. There's money to be made. Everything about Trump, money must be made. Now let me tell you how smart this guy is. He knows that his hotel business, his entertainment business is not really working. It's not giving him the kind of money. I don't know whether it's coming from his leadership style or bad management. There are some of his hotel that has not yet been filled up. People never filled it up. I don't know why. He make it up in taxes. He has also learned how to con the system for his own advantage. Don't blame him. You should learn the same thing. Learn how. He has learned that there is a nation and there is a business. So he chose the business more than the nation. So why people are accusing him of being a bad leader is simply because he has looked at the nation. There's no money to be gained from the nation, but there's money to be gained from the business of the nation. That is how smart he is. Whether it is taxes, he take advantage of the tax loopholes. Whether it is having land and property, he take advantages of them. So don't blame him. Don't blame him that he is a bad person because he takes advantage of those things. He's simply smart. He's simply business things. So he sees human being as a business. He sees the United States as a business. Russia for him as a business. China, business. North Korea, business. United Arab Emirates, business. Saudi Arabia, business. Whoever he come in contact with is about transaction. What can you give me so that I give you what I can, what I have? That's it. Or I can influence things for you. I can make calls for you. I can make things happen for you. That's who he is. So when you see him speak of immigration and insult people, it's simply he's speaking to a group that he can influence for profit. That's just what it is. So when he speaks against when Puerto Ricans are being insulted, and Haitians and Asians and different kind of people, it's because he's not making no money from those groups. Those groups are of no use to him. That's just. In fact, let me tell you, if I am from a group where he insults, I will sit up. I'll really, really sit up. So when he says that Africa is a shithole and all kind of thing, African people should go and look at their country. They should go and look at their country. You should sit up and make your country better, so that nobody will insult you. Trump loves people who are wealthy. That's the class he mixes with. The wealthy class. The middle class and the poor class are to be used. That is who he is. He uses them. The political party is to be used and milked. And that is what he has been doing. And let me tell you the fascinating side of his life. The fascinating side of his life is this. His business is not really working like it should. He discovered a new business. And that is why he is the way he is, including what you guys think is violence. This is what he has discovered. He discovered that he can make money easy without stress. Excuse me, please. He can make money easy without stress by being a politician. That this is what he has been missing. That by being a politician and you establish, set up your different websites, set up your different groups according to the IRS things, that donation will be sent to you. Easy. Mm-hmm. So why will he not insult some groups? Because that group is not making any money. Why will he not offend people? He does that in order to make the other group to bring him money, to donate money to him. So he has discovered a new kind of business that he never expected will be this sweet, this easy. The political party has money donated to them. He can tap into that. Easy. He doesn't need to work for it. He can ask for donation. And it will just come. He doesn't need to work for it. So Trump discovered the new money-making business, which is politics. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, or Barack Obama, the Bush families, Clinton, the first Bush, all of this group, they didn't see politics as money-making thing. But Trump is the first to discover politics, leadership, as a money-making venture. And he likes it. And I don't blame him, because that's just being smart, according to the way of this world. So that's why he is the way he is. But there's something sweet I want to tell all of you tonight. I've told you the story of Trump. Even if he does not win the election tomorrow, Trump, as long as he lives, will still want to participate in politics, influence it for other people, as long as he gets paid. As long as he gets paid, as long as he gets donation to do those things. Because there's more money in the donation than in the hotel business. There's more money there. And he can use that money to do whatever he wants to do. And doesn't have to report to nobody. It's as simple as that. There's something sweet that you need to know about all of this. Politics is a big business. Vivian, read to us what you got.
I still haven't found it yet, because they had to put away most of the book.
Okay. Okay, see, politics is a game of pigs. If you don't want to be a pig, don't go into that game. It's just like religion. just like business. Some of these things are games of pigs, P-I-G-S. Oink, oink. It's a dirty, is wallowing in the mud. It's not a game. There is a side of it that is not decent. That you have to tear your opponent down in order to elevate yourself. That's how the game is. The only side of politics I don't like is when weapons are being used to kill human beings to put somebody in leadership position. It violates the laws of the land. It violates the laws of us natives. It violates the laws of nature, of the sun, of the wind, of the water, of the sand. It violates the law of the living and the dead. When human beings are killed, are put down in the name of elevating somebody or somebody elevating themselves. That's where the problem starts. When that is done, you've crossed a line that you should not have crossed. And the forces of evil and the forces of in between and the forces of God himself will be against you. It's as simple as that. So there is a place where profit should not be the whole thing, the entire thing. There's a place where you need to be careful that whatever you do, if people go and kill themselves, or if because of you people get killed, you will be held responsible. If the blood of human being has spilled because of you, you'll be held responsible. You have to be aware of the laws that governs nature. And one person that dies because of some violent thing you said or did, I'm now talking to politicians, I'm now talking to pastors, I'm now talking to witch doctors, I'm now talking to all kinds of people in leadership position. Your lineage will become a target to be wiped out sooner or later. I'm telling you the truth of how this thing works. So there is a place where it is not leadership at all costs. There's a place where it is not leadership at all costs. Where if you are defeated, you go home. That's just it. You go home and try again next time. Or you go back to what you used to do. So that is what we see between both candidates. In many instances, I'm repeating, in many instances, God is not involved in human leadership position. God is not involved. God will suggest, God will give you his own idea as to who to pick based on what they've done already and based on what they're capable of doing in the future. But human being will not listen to God. So when politics comes, there is a leader to be chosen in a city, in a state, or in the nation, or in a business, or somebody is to be chosen to become the president of a university, a hospital, a company, a major business. Gods and goddesses will not be involved. They don't want to be involved because it's a human thing. So don't drag them into human things. Do not. It's human beings who've been given this planet to govern. Let them make that choice. That's just it. So if you human beings make the wrong choices, they will have to live with it. But let me tell you guys the smartness and the genius of politicians. Let me tell you the hardcore truth. You will tell me, why is it that a lot of businesses that the Trump family used to hold for people. What some of the holding companies that they had closed down. Some of the businesses they started shut down. Why is it that that doesn't bother him? Let me tell you how he thinks. You see this election that is ongoing, people have been voting. 78 million people have already voted before November the 5th. Trump personally knows that he will lose, or if he wins, it will just be by chance. What I mean by that is this. I'm just preparing you. We live in a country. America is a country where to be a leader is a do or die affair. It's not like England, the UK. It's not like in Western tradition Europe. German, France, Italy, Holland, Switzerland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, all those kind of countries. Those are the Western tradition Europe. Those are the Europe that I belong to. America and Canada and England and Scotland and Wales and the two islands, are all Western tradition Europe people. Russia, Ukraine, Poland, all those countries are Eastern tradition Europe. We are Western. Our religion, our medicine, our science and technology are Western tradition European based. Our concept of government are Western European tradition based. Our concept of business is Western tradition Europe based. Everything we do. That's who we are. Those countries that I mentioned that are Western tradition Europe kind of mentality, for them, politics is not a do or die affair except in one place, and that is the United States. A person will rather die in office than give it up. Why? Because politics is a game of pigs, it's a business. It's how you earn a living. For those other countries, it's not how you earn a living. You don't earn a living like that. If they don't want you, you go away. You keep doing what you normally do, or you start something else for yourself. But in America, it's not so. In America, it is a do or die affair because that's how they earn their salary, their paycheck. That's it. So for Trump, he knows that any game, that a game of chance is a good game. For him, any game that is a game of chance, he will buy the lottery ticket. What I mean by lottery ticket is this. He will enter to contest, knowing that he fully well knows that he will fail or he will succeed. Any game that you have to manipulate human beings, to convince human beings, to tell human beings the truth or the lie, whatever you have to do to make them vote, he knows that it's a game of chance, that there are human beings who are weak, cheap, broke. Those are the people you look at. Those are the people you frightened. You see, Trump come into the game with fear and negativity. Kamala Harris come into it with positivity. She comes into it by telling people policies. No name calling. Except when she need to retaliate. When you call her names or you offend her, she'll kick your butt back. She's not the type that will sit down there and you just keep rambling your mouth and doing all kind of nonsense. She'll react. Okay. Trump comes into it by telling you some bad news about things. He will not tell you policies, very little. Policies, very little. So Trump arouses emotions of, it will make you angry or make you want to go and do things that you are not supposed to do. You start hating people. You start seeing people from a different point of view, that you, instead of loving people, you start seeing people as enemies. But it is a tactics, it's a strategy that he employs for his political business. That's who he is naturally. So he simply uses who he is naturally to play politics. He can use the office of the presidency to do good or to do bad. So Trump knows that anything, any business that is a game of chance, as long as weak human being, broke human being, cheap human being, people who cannot think for themselves, who need somebody to think for them, is involved, he should get involved. Because it might happen that people will choose him. And they don't really care. Most Americans do not care who become their leader. What they care about is their job. What they care about is their family. They know that that leader is not going to contribute anything to their life. They know it. So they don't really care. So any game that is like that is an open game. Trump knew that he lost the last election. He knew it. But he will do everything to hang on to power. That's how smart he is. But the question is it fair to the American people? No. Is it decency? No. But that is how people who seize position of authority from the point of power and influence, people who want it, people who want to put their name in history, no matter what, that's how they think. That's how they operate. So you are here tonight listening to me. When are you going to become like Trump? Wanting to do everything in your power to put your name in world history. That you will be remembered. For good or for evil. At least there is no how it will be written that Trump's name will not be mentioned, that he was a president of the United States for 4 years. He's put that already. He has entered into history. That is for good. The other histories of scandals and so on, he has also entered that one. It's all there. If he fails in the election tomorrow, he will now enter as a one-time president. And I don't think he will ever come back to come and contest again. I'm not sure Republicans will be that foolish to allow him to come back and contest again. I'm not sure whether there's nobody else who can be a leader. So those are the things that I wanted to point out to you. What you learn from these two people. The passion to be a leader. What you do with that leadership is not even what I'm talking about. Just to become. Enter the office first. Then we can talk about whether you know the rules and regulations or not. Just get in. The passion for it is higher with Trump than, see, when you see somebody doing everything good, bad, ugly, things offensive, things vile, anything to get into an office, watch out that that person's passion to be in that office is very high. Why? That person understands the dignity of that office. Not that the person is dignified, not that the person will do anything with that office, but just to occupy that office. And for those of you who are Christians, leave Trump out of your Christianity and leave God out of your politics. Leave them out of it. They have nothing to do with it. This is a human thing. Politics is a human thing. It's not a God thing. If you guys want God to choose a leader for you, when God decides to choose a leader for you, you will not accept it. So just leave him out of it. Leave the Holy Spirit out of it. And curse be any prophet, any priest, any bishop, any church person, mosque person, temple, synagogue, shrine person that rises up to be telling us things about politics, whom the gods and goddesses have chosen, or whom God has chosen, or whom Jesus has chosen. Case be you. Because this earth was given to you by them for you to make decisions about who you want to rule, to lead you. If you want a fool to lead you, that's your problem. Will Kamala do a good job? Sure. Will Trump do a good job to his group? Will it affect the entire nation? I don't think so. I'm now telling you my opinion. I don't think so. But will he still be a leader of the United States of America? Sure. Whether he favors everybody or not. That's just the way it is. I have been with leaders who just came for themselves until they finished their tenure and they left. I've been with leaders who came for a group and they finished their tenures and left. I've been with a group who favored everybody. Everybody received and were happy. So you will find all these three kinds of leaders. Those who came for themselves, those who came for their group, those who came for the entire thing, entire people. So while you're going to vote tomorrow, just know what you want. You've seen both of them. Now let me share something about the United States that is different from other Western tradition-based European countries. First of all, America is not Europe. But who America is influenced. The foundation is established by the tradition of Western Europe. Period. In any way you can think of it. American states are semi-autonomous. American states are cartels. They are mafias. They are gangs who sign a covenant to be together and to share resources together and to contribute money to the center, and that money will be used to build the country. But America is both a country and a business. What you have to know is that there are certain things that favor certain states. That's what those states used to be a state. If that tradition is not within that state, they've ceased to be that state. It is what makes them money. Therefore, each state is either a Republican state or a Democrat state based on the business that they've chosen to do. If America was not put together that way, if it was not a state that was put together to profit through politics, through religion, through social things, if it was not put together that way, American politics will not be the way it is. People will be free to vote whoever they want. But you see, America is a tribal country.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tribal country.
Okay.
That's who they are. So North Carolina, what works for North Carolina, make North Carolina money, is Republican. So they stay Republican. What makes California works, what makes them profit and money and make them to be who they are, receive the kind of people they receive into their states, who profits them is by being Democrats. That's what profits them. Texas is Republican. Florida, sometimes Florida have voted Democrat, and there are sometimes they voted Republican, but they are mostly Republicans. And then there are states that are in between, that you never know, like the ill wind, where they will blow into. You never really know. And those are the states that actually determine the election. Places like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, those kind of places. Yeah, Ohio, those kind of states where you don't know. Today they are Republicans. It will work for them. Republican tradition will work for them. So, boom, they go. New Jersey is Democrats, but one of their sons is Republicans. And so you see an entire state that is Democrat voting a Republican to be their governor because he's able to deliver the goods for them in one way or the other. They are profiting from him as a Republican. Kansas is Republican, but their governor is Democrat. So it's not as simple as we think it is. There are states that are in between. There are states that are in between. One of the reasons why I'm saying all of this tonight, I'm putting all this out to you guys, is I want you to become rich and have money so that you can influence, so that you can be people in position of power. Don't give power, don't let somebody else be in position of power. You be. I don't care whether you know what you are doing there or not. Be the one to sign the signature. Because I've seen world leaders who are worse than children in elementary, and they are there signing. In fact, somebody is holding their hand and showing them way to sign. Yes. What we are learning from American election is do everything to be in position of power. Do everything to be in position of money. Do you think that if Trump didn't own businesses and is making money by holding businesses for people, he and his family, do you think that people even look at him? No, they won't. They will not. Other people's money is tied down to the Trump family. That's what it is. So why do you think they will want him to go to jail? So that's where business makes you a sacred cow. Having other people's money make you a sacred cow. If the government is making a lot of money from taxes being generated from your businesses, it has made you a sacred cow. You can fight such a person all you want, except there is something so bad, then the person is torn apart. But outside that, no. So Trump knows this game. The business is used, the non-profit is used, the politics is used, the people are being used. But Kamala doesn't know that game. Kamala only knows about decent leadership. That's it. I'm not really sure that she's making anything out of it for herself. Democrats do not really make money out of politics. There are very few of them who does. But Republicans, they do. Republicans, that's why Republicans are very passionate about being in charge of our states or of position of leadership. Why? Because of the money that will be made out of it. The decision that will be made to generate money out of it. If there is no money in any of these things, nobody will get into it. That's how Americans behave. If there is no money to be made, Americans will not get involved. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If Americans are not locked into party for profit, party for money, each state decide the party they want to follow because it will favor them money-wise. Forget about power. It's money that we are talking about. Being a Republican makes you money. Being a Democrat makes you money. For those who knows how that game is being played. If people are not tribalistically locked in, they are just locked in. If they are not locked in, then American politics will be different. The outcome will be different. But now, American politics is a game of chance. It's a game of chance. You never know who is going to win because you never know who will turn out. That's just what it is. People are convinced based on the state they come from, based on what they were taught since they were born. If you can demonize the other side, then the children grew up with that demon. They have become a member of a political party. contributing financially to that party. So who are in charge of that money? That's what I want to ask. Who are in charge of the money of politics? Those at the top. And what trickles from the top to the bottom. Those are the people enjoying it. Become a leader. Don't wait until you've learned things about leadership. I started buying houses, remodeling houses. I didn't go to university to learn it. I did not go to any seminar or webinar to learn it. Ask Vivian, ask Mary, ask my personal assistant Victoria. Ask them. They will tell you this. We learn as we go. And that was very helpful to me. Ask my blood sister Christina. So don't wait until you have a PhD in leadership or in politics before you go into politics. Don't wait until that happens. Go into it if you have to. Because there's money to be made. There's money to be made. There are material resources to be acquired. There are your group to be helped. Those are the things that we are learning. When Trump won in, I think, 2016, he was shocked. He was shocked that he won. He wasn't prepared to win. He didn't know he was going to win. So let me land by telling you this. Let me land my private jet here. Don't wait for people who are perfect in what they are doing to be in charge of things only. Enter into things. Participate into things. If you win, you win. If you don't win, there's no problem. Don't put your emotion into it. Just participate. If you win, that's fine. If you don't, no problem. And that is the trick that Trump has learned. And that is why if he does not win, he pretends like he won so that it will not hurt him. He tells you that the election was rigged so that it will not hurt him. And if you take it to the court, if he can influence the court, they can give it to him. So he knows what he's doing. He knows absolutely well what he is doing. He knows it. But those who don't know him don't know. So if he come and tell you that he won, you believe it. That's the way he takes care of his emotion. Many of you are saying, how can a man like this have all these court cases and he's running for the presidency? Why is it that they are not able to convince him and all of that? He has his business. That's number one. Number two, what he wants is a stronger passion for him that it is not able to make him depressed. If you are passionate about what you want, you can never be depressed. That's why many of you are asking, why can an old man like that, who is 70-something years old, not depressed after all this? Is because his passion to be a leader is far more stronger than what anybody is doing against him, what anybody is deciding against him, what the court is saying. His passion to be in charge is far more stronger. So when your passion for something is far more stronger, whatever is happening around you doesn't matter. That man doesn't sit down for one day to even think about the decision that has been made against him, the failures of some of his businesses, his scandals with women. He doesn't even sit down to think about it because all that he eats and dream and sleep and wake up is about being a leader. That's it. To be seen, to be known, so that if he leaves this earth, he lives, at least they will say that he tried. He did something. He was once in the White House. So if he end up being in the White House again tomorrow, it's because America is a tribal country. It's a tribal country whereby People are not as educated as we think. Majority of people in America did not go to college. Majority of people in America are not college educated. I'm just letting you know. And majority of people in America, somebody else has to make decisions for them in almost everything. In fact, even to fill out paperwork. If you go to hospital, you will see. That's why they have social workers. America has spoiled its people. Somebody else is doing everything for everybody. So that kind of culture, anybody can become a leader. Anybody can take advantage of it. And Trump knows this very well. He knows this very, very well. He said, anything that is a game of chance, go in. You may likely win. Or you may likely fail. And if you fail, channel that leadership to something else until it's time you come back and play again. That's what it is. So be an adult. Trump is far more smarter than we think. He's far more smarter. All those things he said he's going to do, if he wins the election, all those things he says he's going to do in the agenda that has been published, he may not even do them because the American system is too strong. He may not be able to do it. That is how Americans are. Americans see politics as a game. They don't see it, they don't really take it serious. There is a very small percentage of Americans take leadership position very serious. Very little. Americans don't like leadership. They like to be left alone. So people who think like that, anybody can come up and be their leader. Anybody who is passionate enough for leadership, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with leadership, he can become their leader. That's why movie stars like Ronald Reagan became governors, became leaders. People like Arnold Schwarzenegger became governors. You get it? Little Joe Biden as a young person became a senator. Kamala Harris became so influential as an attorney general and prosecutor general in California. Became a senator, became a vice. So you can, that's why I like America. You can rise from the ashes from a nobody and become somebody great. You can be poor today. Tomorrow you have enough passion for money, you can become the richest person. That's the kind of country that we live in. And you have to decide which state will work for you. Which state will protect your interests. For example, I've realized that if you live in Democrat states, you want to get involved in real estate, you will not make money. As somebody who is not a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you will. But somebody who is not, who you are just a starter, Democrat state is not where you go to do real estate. Because it favors people who lease from you, who rent from you. Democrat state favors them. If you take them to court, you're wasting your time. Yeah. But if you do real estate in Republican state, it favors you. Come on. If somebody spoiled your house, by the time you know it, the police are there, the court has ordered them to vacate, and that is it. So you have to know which state favors you. And go and do business there. So remember that politics is a business. It's a money-making business. It's a name-making business. People go into it to make a name for themselves. They will enter into history. Is it what they risk for you to go and risk your life for a politician? No. Don't do it. Never do it. Because that politician will never send his or her children to go out there and protest, go out there and fight for him or her. They will never send their children. Have you ever seen the rich and the great and the champions send their children to go? Even their children don't go to movies. Anywhere where possibly somebody will come in and buy them. You don't know what buy means in broken English. Anywhere where somebody will come in and buy somebody. The children of the rich and the rich, and the rich themselves, they are not coming there. It's the poor and middle class children that goes to places where they will get pie. They will get pie big time. So learn this lesson and learn it well. What I'm telling all of you is also for people out there anywhere in the world. If you happen to pick up this video, just know that I'm a very intelligent, super intelligent, sensitive person. I'm very wise. I'm very smart. So send me big money. My name is Idika Agu Ibo Afimeri. Send me big money. You can call me you can call me on 316-512-6944. Call me. Or you can call my secretary 316-308-5645. I live in the United States. Call me and send me big money. I want big money to do big things. Yeah. And if you want somebody who will hold your money for you, bring it to me. I will use it and invest it for you or keep it for you. Come to me. I'm here for you. So those of you when I get involved in politics, you don't know how to do it, call me. If you want me to prepare you for politics, I will. If you want me to tell you whether you win or you will lose, call me and have a secret meeting with me. And I will call on the forces of God in the heavens and on the earth, and they will tell me things about your future. That's who I am. I specialize in making people lucky. I specialize in making people's businesses to work for you to make big money. Ego bute bute. I want you to have big money. I want you to have houses, have nice things, nice cars. That's my job. That's my specialization. I see into the past, present, and future for you. I'll promote you. If I promote you, you go to your job tomorrow, you are promoted. That's who I am. I represent something far more bigger than this earth. So call me. You can WhatsApp me with that number. Yeah. 316-512-6944. Thank you so much. You can also call me on 628-250-1623. That's still me. Oma. So now you've heard it. You now know what politics is about in the United States. It's a business. So get yourself prepared for tomorrow. Prepare yourself for the block party tomorrow. Because we might end up electing the first female president of the United States. We might end up doing that. Or old Donald will return back to finish his program. To finish his program. But don't be afraid. He's just doing what he has to do to survive. Just know it. Donald Trump is a survivor. He will survive. If he fails this time, if he doesn't win the election, he will survive. He will not die. Just leave him alone. He will carry out his business. He already owns business. He has already made some money. He will keep making money till he leaves this earth. If Kamala doesn't win, Kamala will go on. None of you have made money yet. So go out there and start making money. And stop disturbing yourself with politics. Stop disturbing yourself. I know that you want good people to lead you. And I know that is going to happen tomorrow. A good person is going to lead this country. But if some other person that you are thinking shouldn't won, if that person wins, just take it from me that we will survive another 4 years, and then we'll start a new beginning. That's just it. America is about to go into a new beginning. I am not here. I already know who will win the election tomorrow. I know it. Big time. And I've already spoken about it in the past. I know what I was told to come to America to do and the people to install. But I'm coming into a difficult country that is tribalistic in nature. That's what it is. Where people have already made up their mind. No matter how a person is. You see, in America, we don't vote character. In America, we don't. There is a segment of America that does not vote character. There's a segment that just vote their party. And there is another segment that vote character and does not vote their party. And that's another problem. If Democrat, let me tell all of you, I'm going to make it very known to you. If Democrats, Ma Mary, where are you? The goddess, where are you? I've not heard your voice. Where are you?
Please, I'm here.
Okay. If Democrats in the United States vote Democrat, they don't vote character. If every Democrat in the United States vote Democrats in every election, it will be very hard for Republicans to win election in America. In many different offices, it will be very difficult. I'm just letting you know. The reasons why Democrats lose elections, from city mayors to governors to different appointments, is because Democrats do not vote Democrats. That's their problem. So you see, that's another kind of problem that we face in America, is that one party does not vote party. You see, Republicans vote party. They put party above the person. So it does not matter how nasty or how good a person is, they go to that polling, they only vote their party. And if that person is in their party, automatically you've been voted in. That's how Republicans think, and that's how they vote. Is that fair? Not really, but it works for them. It's a money thing. It's how they survive.
Okay.
If Democrats vote Democrats, it will be tough for Republicans to win election in America. I'm telling you the truth. Republicans win elections in America because Democrats do not vote Democrats. Democrats don't vote Democrats. They are looking for certain things in a person. Whereas Republicans don't even look at the person they're voting for. They're looking at, do this person belong to a party? Yes, then vote that person. That's it. That is why everyone in my small circle has to follow my leadership, have to follow my rulership. That's just it. Because I pattern our mission and our business according to Republican system. That's how I do mine. I do not pattern what we do according to Democrat system. There are certain things you don't have your personal opinion. You don't. You're not entitled to it. You follow what the group says. You follow the way of the group. It's like the wolf pack. That's the way it goes. With that, we don't have no problem. Everybody knows exactly what everybody's doing. If I decide that Vivian is to be in charge of something, everybody just follow Vivian. That's it. Don't come to me to complain about her. Follow her. I've already tested her. Don't come to me to tell me about her character and all of that. I already know. If I ask everybody, follow Rosalind, just follow her. Follow the goddess, the two goddesses, Lizzie and Mary, just follow. Because they will not lead you astray. If mistakes are made, we'll correct it, but they will not be speaking their own opinion. They are speaking what they are asked to. Keep your personal opinion at home. We don't need it. That's how you build empires. That's how mighty empires, mighty civilization came up that way. That's just it. I mean, there are people who receive special gift and the group sees it fit that they should operate that. So they are doing their own thing, but they are doing it for the group. Even if it's different, but it's the group that licensed them for them to do it. So in reality, they are doing it for the public good, but their own personal opinion, they don't have it. That's the way it goes. That's why certain religions have thrived. They've done very well because of this kind of leadership style. Yeah. I don't like that aspect of America where Democrats do not vote Democrats. It's wrong. Republicans vote Republicans. They don't care who you are. They vote Republicans. And that's what has kept them in power all these years. And Democrats keep messing up. They are going to check your CV, your resume. They are going to check how you were born. They are going to check this. They are going to... How many Republicans do you see coming up to come and educate Trump for saying certain things about people? None. They are not interested. They are not interested in Trump. I'm going to tell you this. 90% of every Republican in the United States are not interested in Donald Trump. They are not interested in him. They don't like him. They don't need him. But they have their party to protect, and he belongs to their party, so that's it. Along the way, they know that he will be exited out one way or the other. and then somebody else will come in. That's how that party operates. And I can assure you that tomorrow, a lot of Republicans too will not vote for him. They will neither vote for Kamala nor him. They will stay home. There's another segment of America that is like that. There's another segment of America, but that's a small segment of Republicans. They will stay home. They won't vote for nobody. And then there's a tiny percentage that will go and vote for Democrats from the Republican side. But from public opinion, it seems like the woman will go back to the White House. That's what it seems from public opinion. But now it's left for the tribe to decide. The tribe will decide it. That's just where it is. And it's possible. All that the experts have said, that the woman will go back, will happen tomorrow. That's what the expert says. And it comes back to Mary's state, Pennsylvania. That's where the whole thing will boil down to. If the tribe of Pennsylvania says, yep, then it is. And it's also going to depend on if the business class have put enough weight, enough pressure on the people of the United States that vote Trump back in, because we need more money. We need money. Kamala is going to tighten things too tough for us. We may not be able to make any money. Then you see, then Trump wins. And if he wins, just know that is the time for you. It will be a free for all. That's the time to start buying houses. That's the time. The 4 years will be a 4 years of you to make as much money from anybody and report to nobody. That's how it is. When Republicans come to government, know that is a 4 year for you to make money. It's a free for all. That's how it is. Democrats come to organize. They come to make money for the country. Democrats come to help everybody. Republicans come to help themselves. And anyone who is interested in business is a free for all. So you have to choose which one you want. So with Democrats, it's a slower pace to money. With Republican, it's a faster. It's like they have put, Elise, you know about this. It's like they have put Uzo, you know about this. It's like they have hit your foot on the ground. Bah! I don't know whether Annie is with us. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So with Democrats, when it comes to making money during a 4-year regime or 8-year regime, is slow. But with Republicans, it's like they have put juju, they have added juju to it. So it's faster. You make money faster. You go to the bank, they give you a loan, you go your way. You go your way. Why? Because there is a president there who wanted, it's free for all. That's how it is. So don't get it wrong. I'm looking at the bigger thing that will be accomplished. I'm looking at making money. That's all I'm telling you. I'm looking at making money. So if Trump wins, oh my gosh, it's a free for all. It's like somebody has added charm and juju to what I'm doing here in America. Easy, without me calling home, without me calling the native people home and say, hey, you guys should do something about it. But this one, Trump is already enough juju. Yeah, Trump is already enough juju for me to make the money. So I don't need to call nobody. I don't need to pray. I don't need to do anything. It's all there. That's how it is. So for Republican, it's a money thing. They relax the economy for you to make money. That's how it works. And that's why I like Republican regime. I'm telling all of you that tonight. But if you want money at a lower pace, everything goes according to the law and order in the country, then let's vote in Democrats. Let's vote in Democrats. Everyone in business knows what I'm telling you is true. It's very hard for you to see Democrat pushes the business side. The only person I've seen who has promised to push the business side is Kamala Harris. That's the only woman I've seen. For a long time, I've not seen Democrat pushing the business side. It's always they will make the rich pay their fair share. Why do you need to go to that route? Leave the rich alone. Leave the rich alone. Daniela will be going to university. I'm going to sponsor the girl. Kyle is going. Toryville is going. Samantha has not yet finished. I have 2 kids in Minnesota, Malachi and Josiah. I'm still raising. I have all these people, so I need to make money. That's it. Yeah. So that's what it is. I have children from Vivian, grandkids also to raise. So my hand is filled. I have grandkids from Lizzie. I have grandkids from Lizzie. I have children from Annie. Oh my gosh. Kids everywhere. Grandkids everywhere. How am I going to survive it? I need to make money at a faster pace. At a faster pace. Adrina will soon be finishing. And she'll be going to medical school. It's all on me. So I need money at a faster pace. Also next year is coming to America here for me to come and start looking at things for this man to do. I'm looking at things, how things can work out for me in England for him. So my hand is filled. So for me, if Donald Trump wins, well, I'm not looking at Donald Trump character. I don't care about it. I'm looking at the money I'm gonna make. I'm looking at the business. That's it. That is why people will vote for him. It's because of he's going to relax the economy. He's going to tear up the IRS. That's what he's going to do. He's going to relax things for people to make money. That's all. That's why some Americans want him back. Not majority of Americans. That's why they want him back. And there are people who are afraid that if Democrats come back, they are going to even tighten the rules for making money in America. So American politics boil down to one thing. Vigel, are you listening tonight?
Yes, I am.
Good. American politics boil down to just one thing. Who will relax the economy for you to make money? Or who will allow the economy to remain the same for you to be making the kind of money you're making? That's just what determines who wins the election. Every other thing does not. Oh, he's coming to allow us to be a church people. That's rubbish. Nobody's interested in church or religion of any kind in America. Americans are not church folks. If you want to go to church, go to Africa and go to Spanish-speaking countries. Those are the places you see people doing religion and church and all that, and mosque. And Hinduism, go to India. Not in America. America is after one thing and one thing only: money. It's not power. People get power in order to get to the money and material resources. That's it. So that when they get it, they can get to power so that they can get that power to make more money. That's all. So politics is, Samantha, write it down. Power tip, Lizzie, write it down. Politics is a journey to money and material resources. If I put it like politics and power. Politics and power is a journey to money and material resources only, nothing else. If that person happened to do something, please, I finish dictating. Politics and power is a journey to money only, nothing else. Nothing else. Please, nothing else. That's all it is. Nothing else.
You said it's a power tip? Sorry.
Yes, it's a power tip, yes. Politics and power is a journey to money. That's all. If I put it this way, add United States of America, politics and power is a journey to money, so that you let us know this. Because it's not like that in England, it's not like that in other places. Even if it is in a big way, but not openly like that. They do their own covertly or overtly, something like that. They do their own secretly. But in America, it's an open thing. In America, in the United States of America, politics and power is a journey to money and material resources only. That's what it is. Uh-huh. So now you know the kind of country you live in. Don't let anybody hurt your feelings. Don't let anybody hurt your emotion because of who win the election or who doesn't win. That's not what I'm interested in. So this Tuesday, that is the election day in America, I'll be busy making money. You can go and vote. I did mine a long time ago. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I did mine a long time ago. So I hope you voted already since. Don't vote on election day. Make sure you vote long time before the election, please. Don't vote on election day. Go about your business. Behave like nothing is happening in the country. Yeah, just go about. Don't pay attention to the news. When they say who wins, then you say, okay, if it's your candidate, you celebrate. If it's not, just go about your business as though nothing has happened. If we find Trump in the White House, we don't care. We're not interested. Jehovah's Witness people will be the first to come and put their kiosk near the White House. That should tell you something. Yeah. Yeah. So you've learned about Trump. You've learned who he is. Take advantage of anything that is the game of chance. Take advantage of it. If you win, you win. You don't win, drag it a little bit. Don't let it go. That's what it is. Yeah. You've now known about who Democrats are. That Democrats can have a meeting. After the meeting, people can go there. After Democrats have finished agreeing, when they go out there, they go and have their personal opinions. And that is very wrong. And I don't like that kind of mentality. That's one thing I don't like about Democrats. I like people who stick together for what they are convinced about or what they've decided to. Even if they are not convinced about it, every Republican do not believe in Republican doctrine or what brings them together. But at least they stay together for something bigger than the ordinary. They know what they are looking for. And by being together, they can grab what they want to grab. Lions are very smart. They are not the strongest. Lions are weak creatures. They are not strong. Not only that, they betray each other. They don't even protect each other. In a lot of ways, they will run and leave each other to be killed. But when they size up certain animals, they rally their groups to come together. And they go and hunt together and eat together. And after that, they can go their different ways. That's how Republicans are. They know that the group is very important. So please, those of you who belong to our group, who belong to our business and mission and everything we do, stay together. And I am very grateful to all of you that all these years you've stayed together. I've never seen any of you get into trouble with any of you. You've all worked together. I'm very, very happy. I'm very proud of all of you tonight. And I also want to thank you the way you've handled politics. For those of you who are migrants, who came into this country, you've handled yourself very well. And those of you who were born here, you've handled yourself very well. We have not allowed politics to divide our mission or our business. And I'm very, very happy about that. I'm blessed in that area. We have not gone to complain about that we don't have money. We've maintained our financial limit. And we don't really owe nobody. Whatever money that is owed is what is invested into our business. Along the way, everybody gets theirs. I want to use this opportunity to thank Victoria. Please, every one of you listen. She has really worked very hard with me about all the lands that we have in the United States. She's worked very hard to make sure she make calls to all the counties that we have property and make sure that all of the taxes have been paid. Yeah. So I've asked her to make sure that she use her card, pay off all the taxes, make sure we get all the deeds, and she's done all of that. She's put everything decent, make calls constantly. So I'm very, very proud of the job that she's done this year. Thank you so much. And for those of you who have been given
Thank
the
you, Vicky.
opportunity, yeah, the opportunity to maintain the group, you've done a great job. Thank you so much. I've not heard any
Thank you,
of you
Vicky.
complain that you don't have a job, you are not earning money. I'm so happy that you are able to blend your family with your job and with our group thing. Thank you so much. Happy election day and good night. I hope you've learned a lot about this country. I will no longer teach about American and American politics and how American politics and election, whenever this time comes, Vicky, you will tell people to go back and look at this video. Look at this video. It's gonna be very, very important so that you know the kind of country you're dealing with and the people who lives in it and how they think. And with this, this is classic school tonight. Good night. Bye bye. And may God protect our troops wherever they are. May God protect our soldiers, our military. And God protect our police officers everywhere they are. And God protect
Amen.
our election staff everywhere they are in the world. Good night.
Amen.
Good night.
Amen.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
so
word,
much.
Pastor.
Good night. Thank you,
You
Vicky.
have a good one.
Have a blessed evening, everyone.